And the whole world is talking about the same thing for the last many years. And of course, it is up to each one of us. We all look at the problem and we say it's huge. But the thing is that the problem has been created by all of us. It's not created by one entity or one government or one corporate. It is our demands of the public, what the public wants. So on the one hand you have progress, on the other hand you have a responsibility. So what do each one of us do? We have to think about the things that we consume. Do we really need these things? Do we really need these things? Because every single thing we consume adds to pollution. Everything. So you have to think about all the things that you consume and say which are the things that are necessary for me and which are not. And make those choices. And these are hard choices, but each one of us has to make these choices. It's not about cycling. It's not about exercise. It's that, of course, if you're really interested in your own health, you will do it for yourself. It's not about the environment. You'll do it for yourself. But when it comes to the environment, each of us is a consumer. Think of yourself as a consumer. How much am I consuming? So there's a very famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi who said, the earth has enough for every man's need, but not every man's greed. And that is so relevant today. Everybody knows that. It's written about all the time that we've become a very consumerist society. We keep buying and buying and buying and disposing and disposing and disposing. Right? So of course it's good for the economy, but is it good for the environment? So we don't need to think about that. Just think about, am I doing what is necessary? Even for myself. What is necessary? And consume that much. That's something that you can begin to think about. We have been actually trained to consume. The whole world now is trained to consume, to buy new things all the time. But as individuals and with our own intelligence, we have to figure out what is necessary for ourselves. So I'll give you an example. For me as a runner, I started marathon running 20 years ago. Right? In 2003, I registered for the first Mumbai marathon. And I did the half marathon. And of course I was wearing shoes and I got hooked to running because I just felt so amazing at the age of 38 that I could run 21 kilometers without stopping. It was an amazing feeling. I felt so empowered. And I was wearing shoes, but after a few years, after you begin to explore and think about it, about what you're doing, what is the best way to do this? What is the most efficient way to do this? How can I improve my running? And I started exploring how it would be to run without shoes. Because running is a natural activity. You shouldn't need shoes to run. So I started running very slowly without shoes. Maybe just started with 500 meters. I was already running marathons. I had run from Delhi to Bombay in 2012. But I started running 500 meters without shoes. And I discovered, in fact, that my entire style of running began to improve. My efficiency as a runner began to improve. My recovery after each run began to improve. So I decided that why would I need shoes? And they're very expensive. 20,000 rupees for a pair of shoes, which I don't need. So I stopped wearing shoes completely. I do another run which is in August, which is about 300 or 400 kilometers. I do it without shoes. So it is up to us to explore, introspect, understand what exactly are our needs and try to keep those needs to a minimum. That is the way, the biggest